we may have made a slight error in the stream. So we are back if anyone ends up filtering back in. If you saw anything, no you didn't. If you saw anything, no you didn't. Okay, on camera. Glad we put the stream back on because that is okay. That's very cool. That is the reverse stellar exalt flare. My stellar luck in StarsAries has been really awful. Like the only stellar I've pulled at all was my serialized Fertilized stellar, but this is a reverse stellar exalt flare. Very cool. Oops. I can't believe how stupid I am. That was really pretty big fuck up. Okay. Alright, reverse stellar exaltair. Very cool, very cool. Okay. More of the sticker. Very cool. Very good card. Oh, that reverse stellar exaltair is pretty nice. Lovelith number 3, I believe. Yeah, number 3 for Lovelith. We're only halfway through our bundles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is bundle number 6. See if we can hit another stellar. That would be sick. It'd be sick if we could hit the torching. Calf Mal! Awesome. Calf Mal sticker. My goat. My goat. It's the best card in the game. Best card in the game. We haven't pulled any, we've only pulled the one holo Viparo, which kind of sucks. We've pulled so much holo Earth Scout. 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still only on 2 holo Warmite and 2 holo Volcaries. 5 holo Remicole. We are at our Bellby holo playset. That's good to see. Sticker. Jolton! Yo! Space. So many reverse holo Remicoles. Can this guy get out of my face? I'd really like some more holo Vipiros. And some more holo Lavaliths. We're going to place stuff like everything else, right? Yeah, we've got 5 Stoke the Forge, 3 Hammer, Warmite I have 3 of in holo now. Only 2 Volcaries, but I'm not too stressed about not getting a playset of that because the Firestorm print comes in holo anyways. Oh my god. Stellar Thermine! Yo! That's my guy. That's the guy that lets me cast Rhino Sect. 3, 4, 5, 6 Volcanic Forge. How many levels have we gotten? 4. Yeah, I'm chilling with 4. Bellow B. Valkyries. Okay, there we go. The third Valkyrie's Hollow, as well as Levelith number 5. That's what we'd like to see. Alright. Now we're chilling on Hollows, except for the fact that we've only pulled a single Hollow Vipyro in 9 bundles. That's kind of crazy. So I'm looking, in this last one, we are looking for Hollow Vipyros, please. Oh, Nubby! And more Stellars. Don't really care about anything else at this point. Another Valkyries is alright. Wow, I think we're actually going to come out of 10 bundles with only one Hollow Vipyro. That's insane. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's crazy bad luck. How does that even happen? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Stellar Constellation Valkyries that we'll never use. Sad. Alright, last pack. Yeah, wow! 1 Hollow Vipyro out of 10 bundles. That's insane, man. That's crazy. How does that even happen? Well, we got another level, so we're chilling. Yeah, we came out of it with 6 full art levels, which I'm plenty happy with. Plenty happy with that many. One Vipyro. That's crazy, man. That's so nuts. Okay. Pyros, Earth Scouts, exactly 3 Hollow Wormites, but we did get 3. Now, we did not pull the things we really wanted to in here, which kind of sucks. But we got Stellar, so I'm not too miffed about it. And we did hit the bare minimum we want to be hitting on all of the Hollows, except for Vipyro. But, like, playset of that is significantly higher anyway, so it's like, whatever. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, then 82. Shit. All right. So put those over there for me to sort through and put into boxes later. And now, let's try and pull some full art. What we want to be seeing here is we want to be seeing full art Gorgons and / or PTA. I would really love to see either of those. Okay, let's see if we can get a stellar box topper. No, just a stinky full art Celestio. We do not care about that guy. Okay. Okay, so common, oh, yeah, commons, uncommons. I'm not going to mind pulling more Cryoblasts though. Argo! Peek. Edward. What? Are you kidding me? Back-to-back Argo in a single box? Okay. Okay. Why not? What the hell? Why are the holos all in a row? What's happening? Subatuga. Why were 3 packs in a row off the top? Holo rares. That's crazy. That's weird as hell. Cuffmill! Cuffmill! Remember, everyone, Cuffmill is the best card in the game. Okay. Specky boy! We are always in the market for more Specteris. We're always gaming for more Specteris. Cuffmo! Oh. There's something we're not in the market for more of. More Circle the Sky. Woo! Woo! 5 million more prints of Circle the Sky! Use the SAS card. Shrub it. Cafmel. I really love the Daybreak Thornmine. It's one of my favorites. I wish it was available in full art. Rhinosect! Rhinosect! Yeah! Yeah, Rhinosect! Now, when we get to the full arts, what I really don't want to see is an Apollo full art. Because I already have 4 full art Apollo. I don't want to see more of that guy. I have enough. Oh, let's drink in. One moment. Ghostlith! Yo! This card's so bad, man. Like, Ghostlith should have casted a water guy from the underworld. That's what that guy needed to be doing. Alright, let's see if this box follows the law. We'll find out if this box follows the law of pre-Moonrise boxes where the full art and the Hollow Spirit are in the bottom 2 packs on the left side. Final Earth Scout number for the Hollow was it was really high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Hollow Earth Scouts. 9 Hollow Earth Scouts. Yeah, it's always the bottom left. It's always the bottom left. I've never opened a Daybreak box that does not follow that law. I've never opened a pre-Moonrise box of Celestials that does not follow that law. Unless it has like a stellar in it. Celestial. Definitely want more of that guy. Every Celestials player is, as a birthright, given 5 billion copies of Celestial that they will never use. Broomlix. Yeah, Kickstarter makes sense. It's not following that law because that's when they had a different manufacturer. And then every time since Space Set, they've been trying to get to. Hey, can we not? Can we get things that aren't following this pattern? Yeah. I understood. We did pull Reverse Stellar Exalt Flare though, so that was pretty sick. That's the first time I've actually pulled a reverse. Actually, no, I pulled Reverse Stellar Draking. But ever since that's the first Reverse Stellar I've pulled out of Shattered Stars since going to 10 bundles a month, which is crazy. You would think I would see more of them at 10 bundles a month, but no. Fuck ass Apollo. I have 5 billion copies of you. Why are there 2 copies of you in this box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there aren't even really any hollow rares I particularly care about in this box. Oh, there's an Arclith. I have 5 billion copies of that guy. Maybe I'd see use of all my Arcliths if if Arclith was still at 3, but it's at 1, so like I don't need so many Arcliths. Oh, Pharos. Oh, I only ended on 3 Warmite Hollows. I barely pulled enough Warmite Hollows for my own playset. So you will not be getting any Sean. I'm sorry. Oh, Cryoblast, finally. I wasn't sure you existed, buddy. I had seen a single copy of you so far this box. Like, average should be about 1 per box, but like, my expectations may be a bit slanted after helping Adrian open his 5 Cryoblast box. Lost Dragon! Bow moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's 1 more holo rare. Oh! 12 holo rares, another Specteris. We will take it! I will take as many copies of Specteris as I can get my hands on. I wish I had been on 10 bundles when the Drake King bundle came out. Because then I would have 5 billion Specterises and never worry about a shortage. But I do run out of Specterises on occasion. How many packs left in here? 5 packs. Okay. That's like 3 Brummelings this box, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Brummelings box! Why could that be Cryoblast? Why could it be a good card instead of freaking Brummelings? That card sucks! Oh, Dunsfog. I think that's actually my first Dunsfog this box. I mean, it's not like I have a shortage of Dunsfogs, but... Oh. Alright. So, I don't believe there's a Stellar in this box, because we only have 2 packs left. But this should be the Full Art and the Holo Spirit. Rhinosect! Okay. I would have really preferred Staple Runes. I really want PTA and Gorgon's Gaze. But this does put, between me and Adrian, the household up to 3 Rhinosect Full Arts. So that's very nice. I will gladly take that for the day I am playing that boy once again. Hollow Leviathan. Okay. Brummelings 5! That's the 5th Brummelings that box! What kind of nonsense is that? Okay. Let's pack these boys up. Put them all in here so that I know where everything from this box is for when I organize all my Daybreak nonsense at a later date. Box 2! What? Where's the box hopper? Hello? Oh, there it is. I fell under some packs. Another fucking Celestial. God damn it. Couldn't even be Stellar? Really, man? You suck. Okay. Let's go right for it. Let's go right for the hits. Hollow Flermine. And oh, it actually wasn't. The full art was not there. Okay. But it is a Helolith, and we will take Helolith every single day. So, like, all Helolith usage will become Hollow Helolith, full art Helolith usage as soon as we get the Solar Month. But the Solar Month isn't, like, until... Actually, no, it'll probably be, like, June. Because I think June is when we get the repeat of Wind. This is nice. I believe this Flermine art is unique to this holo. We'll keep going on the bottom left side. We've got a Rogue Daybreak box here. Might still be close to the bottom left though. Ah, it was the Kickstarter art. Okay. Oh boy, we love Circle the Sky. Woo, woo. Parageist. Cryoblast! Man, Daybreak is such a stinky set. There's so few good cards in this set, it's crazy. Like, man, I appreciate the availability of Spectaris because of, like, its Star Deck prints and the Shower Stars print, but it also has the result of one of the only good holos in this set is, like, not valuable at all because it's so easy to get. I hate you, Apollo. I hate you so much. Apollo 5. Full art Apollo 5. Get out of my face. I just want some staple runes. Coastalith. Nah, I really like the Daybreak arts. I really like the Daybreak Spirit arts. I think Flermine's Daybreak art is one of my favorites. Top tier. Daybreak Flermine is top tier. I think the only Daybreak Spirit art I don't really like is is the Terra Atlas. The Terra Atlas is ugly. The Terra Atlas is really ugly. Alright, so we're what, 5 hollows deep? Alright. Give me every Argo/Spectaris you can give me, box. Because those are the only hollow rares I really care about. Cool, so this is not what I care about. Actually, Helioth is also a good hit. Lustraken is alright, but I already have 5 billion Lustraken, so it's like I don't care. I have way more Lustrakens than I'd ever use. I can't see myself going through the Helioth, so. Makes Helioth a pretty good card. Speaking of the devil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arcliff is alright. But I have like 6 at the full art, so it's like whatever. Another Arcliff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 more hollow rares. Lustraken. All the hollow rares right in a row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 2 more hollow rares. Uh-oh. There we go. Really wish Elestrals Packs had a pull tab. Cyclovenom! Card Blast 2. Okay. It is a 2 Cryoblast box at the very least. Come on, give me some Specteris for my holo rares. Or give me a Stellar. Come on, give me a Stellar. Give me a cool Stellar. Sure, this is okay, I guess. Coastalus! How many there were 3 Coastalus in this box. Swolax, what did you do to my box? Swolax, what the fuck did you do to my box? Oh, Cryoblast 3. Sick. Like, it's fucked up that the biggest hit you can get out of Daybreak boxes isn't any holo rare. Like from the stuff that isn't like 1 per box guaranteed slot. It's fucked up that the best thing to pull is as many Cryoblasts as possible. It's not like pulling a specific holo rare or multiple of it. No, it's Cryoblast. It's fucked. Alright, last pack of the box. Let's see if we get a Stellar. Probably not, because my Stellar luck is ass. Commons, uncommons, no, it's just a Chronodial. Alright. I can't believe it's Apollo number 5. Apollo number 5, man. I've pulled so much of this guy. Well, at least if Apollo is actually good someday, I'll have plenty of full arts. I mean, okay, so that doesn't actually have anything to do with clumping. That doesn't actually have anything to do with clumping. Like, I'm just gonna pull up collect real quick. I'm not gonna show it on screen, but okay. So we go to rares, we go variant holo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are only 15 holo rares in the whole set. The odds are actually like not too bad that you will get multiples of a holo rare. Like it's not that surprising that sort of thing happens, especially with true randomization. Now, like what a lot of Japanese card games do is they don't actually have true randomization in their boxes, and it's like per case you're going to get around this many of each individual card in the holo slots. And the pull rates are designed in such a way, and cases are designed in such a way that it's very standardized. I mean, no, that's just the average. That's just the average. Like it's very far above average to get a box with multiple spoiled fruits or any normal rare from Moonrise. Chronodial, just a normal ass Chronodial. Cool. Okay. So let's do the trick. All right. These are the bottom 2 packs. Oh! Bottom pack, nothing special at all. Good job, Daybreak box. Oh, man. Like, it's one I didn't have, I guess, but this is a really crappy full art to get. This is not what I wanted to see. I really wanted to get at least one of PTA or Gorgon's Gaze. Let's keep going from the bottom, actually. And see if Hollow Spirit is on number 3 from the bottom. No. Okay. Oh, it's Vesuvituga. War Crimes Turtle. It's the War Crimes Turtle. Broomlinks. Where is that Hollow Spirit? Not on this zone. It's very interesting. Escaped its fate. That Hollow Spirit has changed its fate. Circle the Sky. Yeah, sure, why not? Really hard to imagine a day where Circle the Sky is anything but the worst card in existence. It's so bad. Oh, Golden Fleece. I actually just realized I haven't pulled like any Golden Fleece or Zippermole from these boxes. I also haven't pulled any Noble Core, but I'm not really caring about missing out on Noble Core. That's not a good card. It doesn't mean that. We will make that assessment when we reach the end of the box. I wouldn't mind my Hollow Spirit being a Luminate or Elloon because I don't have any of those Hollow Spirits. I guess it's just the Vesuvituga box. That's 2 normal rare Vesuvitugas in this box, plus the full art. Corvus! Maybe the Hollow Spirit not being there is indication that this is a box with a Stellar. That was sure. Oh, we haven't pulled any Bronto Vesp in these boxes either. But I also have 5 billion Bronto Vesp, so it's like whatever. But yeah, there's like a reason why like holo pulls are so standardized in a lot of Japanese card games. It's because when you do true randomization in your boxes you can get really weird boxes when it comes to holo pulls super easily because that's how true randomization works. But you know what's going to be strange? So like in this set, it's like 15 holo rares, 12 holo rares in a box, which means you're going to pull most of the, on average, you're going to pull most of the holo rares that exist in in the set in a single box. However, Firestorm, that set has 20 holo rares. That set has 20 holo rares. You are only going to be pulling about half the available holo rares in a box, on average. It's going to be very strange by comparison. Arclith. Alright. We have finished that half of the box. Woo! Circle the sky! Woo! Thank God Circle the Sky is not mucking up sets anymore. Good riddance to that card. Oh, Phosphocell. I already have a full art of this guy, though, so it's like, whatever. Also, several Zillers. No, not particularly. Actually, let me pull up the list of Firestorm. What holo rares do I need 3 copies of? The main one is Fulguries. There's a chance I don't pull enough copies of Fulguries out of my box, out of my boxes. What the hell? Reset. Rarity. Rare variant. Holo. Okay, so the holo rares are Verdolith, don't really need any of that. Scavacool, maybe 1 or 2 of that. Fulguries, I have those from Shards Stars. Galaxy, Fulguries, need 3 copies of that, but I'll also be getting the Star deck, which has a copy of that, and Adrian already pulled a copy of Fulguries. So I only need to pull 1 from my boxes, so almost certainly we'll be fine on that. Ankyle Surge, no. Bad card. Galaxy Champion of Aeolus, no. Bad card. Exalted Champion of Hermes, I think I'll need 2 of it at the most. But 1 is in the starter deck, so I'm not stressing about that. Flamoth, no. Parachne. Parachne I'll need 2 copies of. I'll probably pull 2 from my boxes, but if I pull less than 2, then that's a problem. Nyx, Mirror, Risen, and Fallen. If I do anything with that, I only need 1 copy of each, so I don't imagine that'll be a problem. Exaltus, Champion of Apollo. Probably want 3 copies of that. Yeah, Exaltus and Spectaris are the ones I would be worried about, if anything. Yeah, those are the 2 I'd be worried about, if anything, because I think you want 3 copies of both of those. But those are also in the Premier Packs. And by time of Firestorm Legality, I'll have had 3 shots at Premier Packs. Bare minimum 7 Premier Packs opened. So I'll probably have, like, I imagine I'll have, like, 1 Premier Pack version of each of these by then. So I'm not really worried about not pulling enough of these cards. Pterostar, no. Divines I'm not worried about, because I'll be getting the Star decks, and each of the Divines is like 2 copies at 2 copies in the Star decks. So I'll be fine on all of those. More copies of Zeus, of course, but that's not something I need to trade for. And Solar Charged, if I do anything with Solar Charged, like with Phosphocell, definitely want 3 copies of Solar Charged. So that's Solar Charged is the only one that I'll need 3 copies of, that I probably won't already have a copy of from the Star decks or Premier Packs by time of release. So yeah, Solar Charge is the only one I'm actually worried about at all. Yeah. All right. Let's go over something else here, though. Normal rares. Is there anything to worry about among the normal rares? So there are 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 normal rares. In a box, you are going to get 22 normal rares. So typically, you're going to get at least one copy of each normal rare in a box. And there's nothing among the normal rares that's such turbo staple status that I need more than what I'm likely to get on average. Like, there's no like spoiled fruit type card in here. Spinosaurus is in the starter deck. I don't remember if Viscerus is in the starter deck, but I only need one copy of that. Chrysor I want like 2 copies of. I'll almost going to be fine on that on pulling. Broomlings I want 3 copies of. Be fine on that from pulling. I don't remember how many copies of Hearth and Trickery and Call are in the starter decks, but the most I'll need of any of these is really 3, because they only really do anything in their very specific archetypal deck. It's not like something that you'll be using across multiple decks. Maybe Hestia's Hearth at some point in the future, but it doesn't seem like that'll be the case right now. Yeah. Thankfully, the cards that might make their way into multiple decks in this set are the Winds and Lyre, and those are all at uncommon. It's what? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 21. 21 uncommons in the set. 36 packs. You pull 3 uncommons per pack. Divide by that by 21. In a single box, you will get like 5 copies of each uncommon. Is that right? 36 times 3. 5 by 21. Yeah, like 5 copies of each uncommon in a box. Like, I'll be fine on all those uncommons. The only thing I'm worried about hitting staple status. That's commons. Similarly, you'll pull like 5 billion of each of these, so not worry about that. The only one I'm worried about at all is Fulgurise is such a good card that this could end up seeing play in a bunch of different decks. Like, it could be seeing a lot of splash use. So I will at some point I will probably need to pick up extra copies of Fulgurise. But for the time being, I'm not too worried. That card's just super good, though. And then, yeah, for the full arts, like, what am I interested in for the full arts? Interested Torchin. I don't really care about any of the in-box versions of the key cards for champions. Pracne full art I love. I really love Nixamera full arts, one of each. That'll be awesome. I really want an Earthquake full art. And then, yeah, I want full arts. I'll probably be trying to pick up full arts of both Hestia and Hermes. So that any deck I'm using those in, I have the full arts for. And then probably like 2 full art Thunderstorm for the Champion of Zeus deck. Because you want to be on, like, you probably want, in that deck, you probably want to be on like 3 copies of the Thanos Strike champion, and that's you want to have like 2 copies of Thunderstorm to search with it. Oh, there's no Core. But yeah, I'm pretty confident in 4 boxes being enough for what I need baseline. Given that at Dallas Adrian pulled a Fulgurise, and that's the only thing. Yeah, Even if he didn't, the one copy you get from the starter deck puts you in a spot where it's like, well, I only need to pull 2 from 4 boxes, and that's super feasible. That should happen on average. Three hollow rares left. And gotta find my missing hollow spirit. Who cares about Torchin full art? Torchin Champion is so bad. It's such a bad card. Like, Elicha could get banned, and you could not get me to play Torchin. I will just draw... I'll just draw Hestia when I draw it. It's fine. I'm not running Torchin to search Hestia. I'm not that stressed about it. Especially when you have the draw power of Lair. It's like, I'll get to Hestia. I will get to Hestia. Don't you worry about it. I don't need to search it with a 1/1. Several. Bow moment. Bow moment. One more hollow rare left. 2 golden fleeces in this box. But who cares about stinky normal golden fleece when you could have stellar golden fleece? I need to order. I need to use my points to get 3 stellar golden fleece. Yeah, like no. Unironically, I'd rather play Plucky than play Torchin. I mean, in the context of Spider specifically, if you did want that Divine Search, I would probably go for Torchin before Plucky, because that deck is already like really tight on the Spirit Math, and fitting in Solar is like a nightmare that I'm not engaging in. But like, I'm not playing Torchin. I'm not playing a 1/1. Like, so what if it gets me Hestia a bit more often? I don't care, because. Oh my god, it's such a bad card. Like, I think the most frustrating thing about Firestorm is the concept of giving all of the Divines their own specialized searcher that's really good for them is a good concept. The problem is, 3 of the 4 searchers that we got in Firestorm completely failed that assignment. Like, the Spinimp search Spinosect, dump Spinosect, ascend into Spinosect line is cool. I like that line a lot. However, I do not want my searcher being a good card to be predicated on. I do not want my searcher being a good card to be predicated on running 2 Ascensions in my deck, and also taking a use away from my Hermes. Okay. So either this is an error box with no Hollow Spirit, or this is this does not have a Stellar in it. Either of which is an L. Okay, yeah. So it was bottom right side. I do not mind the Owloon at all. This Owloon art is pretty cool. I do not believe I have any of this Owloon. So. Oh. Okay. Finish throwing this stuff into the piles. All right. All's well that ends well. And like, oh my god, don't get me started on Sorlet. Like, okay, so like, Sorlet, Champion Sorlet as like an individual card it's pretty good. That card will probably see a lot of play because of its ability to go, okay, I'm gonna try and swing over your guy, and if you let me swing over your guy, I'm either going to get another copy of Champion Sorlet so I continue to have bodies to throw at you, or I'm going to search for Chrysor and then ascend into Chrysor and hit you for 2 or take out another guy on your board. That's really good. That's really, really strong. However, as far as an Aeolus Searcher goes, it's really bad, because why would I search for Aeolus when I can just directly get another, like, why would I search for Aeolus, then on my next turn, play out the Aeolus for at least 2 and search out another wind guy, when I can just get my new wind guy for free? Like, it's really bad as an Aeolus Searcher. Like, I really think most Divines deserve something of the quality of Volcaries that is just independently really strong and helps make the Divine Rune way better. And I really, really hope that the Searchers that we get in the rest of Divine Champions are more along the lines of Volcaries, because that's where the Searchers need to be. For everything that isn't Zeus and Demeter, exactly, that is what the Searchers need to be. They need to at least, if you're going to do some gimmick shit with them, you can do that, but they should at least be representing a body as good as Elichik. Because if they're representing a body as good as Elichik's, like a 4-1, that means they have a good enough body to be useful enough when you already have your Divine. And that, I think, is like the bare minimum you want a Searcher in this game to be doing. Liar's crazy. Liar's insane. Liar is so nuts. Like, oh my god, Liar's so good. So like Liar is going to be really good in Solar individually, of course, because Plucky just makes it free. And being able to just swap stats makes a lot of Solar guys way, way better. But also, it's like any deck that's on Argo but can't really make Scythe work can pretty easily make Liar work. And therefore, you're going to see the standard artifact lineup go from 2 Necklace to 1 Necklace, 1 Liar, because Liar is so strong. It is not only like a really powerful 3-cost Argo line, it stops so many attacks. Fire is going to really love that card because like it lets you turn your small Tugas and your Ash Rabbits all into 5/2s, which is really strong. There's just a billion applications for Liar. Like, for example, standard line, right? Your opponent goes, you cast out Ash Rabbit turn 1, you set Argo face down. Your opponent goes, Eddie, swap your Ash Rabbit to attack. And swings into your Ash Rabbit with the Eddie. And then you get to go, instead of going Argo for Necklace, pay 4 and have to burn the Necklace on your next turn, or you're going to pay another 2, you go, okay, flip Argo, get Liar, my Rabbit is now a 5/2, beats your Eddie, and then it's just a 5 now. It's just a 5. It's just a Galaxy. A Galaxy doesn't lose its oppression. It doesn't lose the Gorgon's Gaze. It doesn't lose its Specteris. It's just a 5/2, and you can be re-enchanting to it. Like it's crazy. That card's so good. Like, I think Liar is like easy top 5 cards in the set. Okay, let's look at Firestorm real quick. Let's put up a hypothetical top 5 cards in the set real fast. Okay, so like Volcaries is up there. Warmite is up there. Griffuse is up there. Volcaries is up there. And then yeah, I think it's like my top 6 cards of the set is like it's Volcaries, Warmite, War Might slash Hestia's Hearth. Both those can go in the same slot. Fulgury's Griffuse. Both those cards are insane. Absolutely nuts cards. And then we've got Arachne Slayer and Arachne Slayer and Lyre of Apollo. Lyre of Apollo is so strong. Yeah, you can do Armored On stuff with it. That's not too bad. I'm just never going to be too impressed by Armored On. I'm going to be perfectly frank. Like, the thing with Armored On Lyre, is that if you're in Solar doing Lyre stuff, you might as well just be doing the Champion of Apollo stuff, right? Where, like, Flocky becomes a 5/3, Exaltus becomes a 6, anytime you foretelled, Soul Bell becomes a 6/3, yeah. And, like, you could potentially be running Soul Stalks. Other really big standouts in this set, though, are, like, Prachne's a really big standout in the set. Really, really strong card. Brumelink's Champion of Kion is really strong. Like, Jolton is just good, but, like, Frost is just generally lacking good guys. So Brummelink is just an incredible card. Going to be such a big boost for Frost as a deck. Spectaris Champion of Artemis, I think, is really, really high potential. I think Spectaris Champion of Artemis is, like, the card to make Artemis worth being in on. Because, like, there's the bug stuff you can do to immediately ascend into Antitan if you have Ardbud plus Artemis. You just target and suppress one of your opponent's cards, and then you go, okay, we're gonna send up to we're gonna search for Spectaris with Ardbud, cast out Spectaris, ascend up to Ardvarum, search another Spectaris, cast out Spectaris, ascend up to Antitan. That's really strong. That's really, really, really powerful. But on the beyond just that, being able to special cast out a 4/2 is really strong, because like, a lot of what makes Hestia strong is that you can just go, okay, I'm putting up 2 bodies, and any single counter rune loses to 2 bodies if one of them is water enchanted. Argo can change the math on that, but the Spider's stat modulation can also really modify the math on whether Argo is gonna matter at all. So Artemis decks having the option now to be able to go just cast out a Spectaris by suppressing something is going to make it really easy for them to get back control of the game. Nixamera. Actually, let me just switch over. There we go. We're on collect right now. Okay. So Nixamera. So these cards are cool as hell and are probably going to see a lot of experimentation. I don't think they are very good. Realistically, I do not think these 2 cards are very good. However, the one big thing that they have going for them is that Nixamera Risen form can just expend a solar to pop a face down rune. It's just 1 cost, no cards from hand, Blizzard. Really strong, really powerful stuff. That's really, really, really good. Like, that's one of the most powerful effects you can have in the game. So Risen form doing that is really strong. However, you do have a fundamental issue of, like, so, like, you're going to constantly be taking more spirits out of your spirit deck from switching between Fallen and Risen. But what that also does is it makes you extremely weak to Poison Tipped Arrow, because Poison Tipped Arrow is never dead. Your opponent can draw Poison Tipped Arrow at any time, set it, and then when you swap at end of turn, they PTA on the cast of the guy you swap into, and then they can immediately pay out on PTA. Which like, so PTA is devastating for this deck. Now, if you can keep Risening to stop them from, like, if you can keep the PTAs offline, by continually popping it with Risen Form, then you'll be safe. But that does require you to always be able to your opponent only have one face down rune at any time. And that's not terribly likely. Your opponent's probably going to draw into something that they can bluff with, and then they throw down a bunch of face downs and go, guess which one is PTA. And if you guess wrong, you lose your Nixamera. That's not great. They can get Lost Spirits on them pretty quickly. Another thing that they have in their favor is Nixamera Risen Form being in Solar means that there's a lot of ways for you to quickly ascend into Risen Form, like with the new Soul Bell, the new Exaltus, and also Frostrix can help you get there as well. I do not think this deck will be very good. You'll probably mix it with Cryovern. Brumlinx probably fits in well there. It's probably like all right, but I don't see it being a particularly strong force in the format. Yeah. Those are the Nixamera thoughts. This set owns, by the way. I'm really excited for this set. There's so much cool stuff in this set. Like let's scroll down real quick. Okay. So in Earth, there's a lot of weak cards in Earth. The only really good cards in Earth are like Spinosect and Viscerus. In Fire, we have Rumakul, Volcaries, Majursa, Warmite. All of those are really, really strong. And Fire could be really good in the future, too. Water, all of these three have potential. Javalantis is really high potential as well. Galaxy is like... Galaxy Champion of Poseidon is super overhyped. Bandless Thoughts? I don't think we need to hit anything right now. I'll be frank. I don't think anything needs to be touched. So the main reason I would want if we were to touch anything, it would be I would want Eruption going to 1, because Arcalith and Eruption are effectively the same card, except Arcalith has more interesting plays. I do not like Eruption existing in the way it does right now. I think Fire Nexus is a super cool deck, and it's really fun to play against. And it's a tough matchup. But it's really annoying being like, okay, I just lose to, I have to play on 17 Spirits because my opponent can just drop Eruption on me. And that's not fun. That's really, really not fun. I really can't stand Eruption existing. If we were to hit anything right now, I would want Eruption hit. You can't, I don't think limiting Zeus or Demeter is actually a good idea. Because, the main reason I would have want Zeus or Demeter hit in some way before is that it was really hard for Ascensions to be viable decks before. Because the ones we had in Daybreak and prior were just, in some ways, they just simply weren't good enough. And also, their big bodies weren't enough of a factor because Zeus and Demeter made it really easy to get over like anything, any 2 cost. However, we are now in very evidently a scenario where Ascensions are good. Like in that top cut, we had Antitan, we had Tornagian, Like a Void is continuing to seek success. Nobby Doppelganger is really, really good. Like, we have plenty of... We had Celestia on that top 8. Like, we have plenty of good Ascensions. Ascensions have reached a point where they are good enough. And if we are reaching that point without hitting Zeus and Demeter, we instead reach a flip side, where if that is the case, we really don't want to hit Zeus and Demeter because you want to keep players engaged in playing the game turn after turn after turn and not feel like they're just out because the body is too big for them to actually deal with. Zeus and Demeter's easy stat modulation gives players ways to continue to interact into those huge bodies. Now, there's a separate issue regarding 3 costs, just having way too high stats overall on both sides. Um, and it would be much better for overall game balance if most Ascensions 3 costs were designed more along the lines of Blitztricks, where they have one really strong side, but one side where if you can get them into it, you can probably get over them with the help of Zeus and Demeter. I don't think Kinleo needs to get hit. No, I really don't think Kinleo needs to get hit. Kinleo's a really strong card, and like Nexusing to just get rid of one of your opponent's cards is really strong. It's definitely really strong, but there's 2 factors that make it that I don't think Kinleo should be hit. Factor number 1 is that Kinleo is a good counterbalance to decks trying to turbo out big 3 costs that are really difficult to interact with in combat. Because Kinleo goes, I don't care about combat, I'm just going to clear you by effect. Kinleo is also a really good counterbalance to cards like Argo that require you to have a guy up. And Kinleo a big part of Fire Nexus' success right now is that it matches up extremely well into Argo, because the Kinleo just gets to clear their Argo target, and then you don't have to worry about Argo, and then you swing in for 3, while being a good Argo deck itself. Yes, like Phosphocell. Phosphocell is very well designed in that way, where like it does powerful stuff, but if it's not too difficult for your opponent to clap back on. It's easy enough for your opponent to be interacting with your Phosphocell. You want both players to feel engaged in the card game, and making it so that even the best Ascensions in the game are crackable via combat is important to achieving that. And like cards like a Celestleo or Farrageist aren't like that. Farrageist especially, because you can't kill it with combat. You just can't do it. You're not allowed to. But yeah, the other factor with Kinleo is that the reality is Nexusing to kill back row is way stronger. It's just way stronger, because like if your opponent is Kinleoing a bunch, you can still just hold on to your back row and hold it for the opportune moment to do what you need to be doing. In addition, Kinleo's only 1 defense. Very, very important factor is that Kinleo is only 1 defense, which means it can be cryoblasted. Echolinx is just like Echolinx being a 4/3 is just busted. Like it's really easy to crack back on Kinleo. Like any 4 attack or greater is going to beat it, and it dies to cryoblast. So like those factors make Kinleo a significantly more balanced card. If I recall correctly, it was like it had a much better stat line in Prototype. So very good that happened. Maybe Echolinx can come back when it's if we were to change anything, I would probably ban Echolinx. Like the things I would want changed at this moment are I would like Echolinx banned, because that card is still busted at 1 copy, and it feels really bad for Echolinx to just take over a game, because it can, even at 1 copy, it can still just very easily take over a game, and it's very annoying. And Eruption just steals games, as we talked about before. Like it just steals games. It's not like the core issue with Eruption is there is no use case for Eruption that is good but feels fair. There is no use case of Eruption that falls into that. And like unlike Arclit, you can just spam out multiple in a single turn. It's like this card should not exist. This has nothing to do with the fact that I lost to it, by the way. You feel free to go into the Elestrals Discord and put in the search bar from Hunter Surge Eruption, and you can sort by oldest and see me making these exact same arguments against Eruption back on October 5th, when no one was seeing any success with the card, and I had never been Eruptioned a single time in my life. Like, it's I just don't like the card existing. I really don't think it's healthy. I think it should go. Yeah. But yeah, Fire Nexus, other than that, Fire Nexus is fine. The fact that every Fire Nexus player who has ever lived always manifests a Lovelith in their hand is annoying. It's very irritating. And irritation with Lovelith would probably be much higher if the Spirit Match for fitting in other decks wasn't so rough. But it is pretty rough. But with Fire becoming even better next set, with the Hestia Spiders deck also being viable, I wouldn't be surprised if Annoyance with Lovelith hits a point where we're banning it starts becoming a discussion, right? Right? I would not be surprised at all by that. But there's also like enough like quick ascension stuff that like clearing Lovelith for good does not feel like it's going to be that difficult. Like let's run through the options real quick. Warmite solo clears. Like Warmite just solo clears it. Very, very nice. Valkyries can go like search a necklace, equip to itself, clear it easy, or like tunic the Lovelith, crash in, stuff like that. Lots of ways for Valkyries to deal with it. Just as a solo card. Javelantis clears it no problem. Griffuse turbo clears it. Holy shit, Griffuse clears it so hard. It's crazy. Also, on the subject of Equilinks, like, part of the reason that it would be weird to do Escape from Tartarus Equilinks is that Fulgurise exists. And Fulgurise is the balanced Equilinks. Like, what makes Equilinks really busted, a big part of what makes Equilinks so busted is that once you have your Nexus Bank up and the spirits flowing across the field, the Rune Pop is literally free. It's actually just completely free. You don't pay anything for it. So the fact that Fulgurise has to disenchant from Zeus to get the face down Rune Pop, and it can't pop like your opponent's Divines or your opponent's Stadiums. So like, one of the annoying things with Equilinks is that like, you can't really have put up like a Zeus with like multiple on it, so that you have multiple shots across multiple turns to attempt cracking the Equilinks. Because if the Zeus is still around at the end of your turn and the Equilinks hasn't died, your opponent's just gonna go, okay, Nexus, pop your Divine Rune, die, idiot. Like, it's really annoying. But yeah, like, Fulgurise fixes a lot of the fundamental problems that Equilinks has. It's much easier to beat over. Like, you don't need a 5 exactly to beat over Fulgurise. You just need a 4 because it's only 5 on your turn. And it always has a real cost to use that rune destruction effect. Like, just much better balanced overall. However, there is definitely a world where Fulgurise is overall stronger than Equilinks, because being a champion of Zeus means it can convert into Griffuse or Full Tempest and it's searchable with Call. Like, and that element can make it has the potential to make it incredibly powerful. Yeah. Oh my god, this set is so exciting. I'm really excited for this set. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now. We have been streaming for long enough. I will